Marshmallow Fanboy back with another review, this time of the Astonishing X-Men 2-pack Kitty Pryde and Colossus from the Marvel Legends series. Now, we've had a couple of Astonishing X-Men before, I believe. I'm not absolutely sure. I sort of conflate the Astonishing X-Men uniforms with the Grant Morrison run. Those uniforms. So sometimes I get those a little bit mixed up. What I don't get mixed up is how perfect the 2-pack is. I think in that very first Astonishing story arc, we find out that Colossus is alive. And it is such a shock to Kitty. There's that one panel or one moment where Colossus is running into danger and Kitty is facing him, choking back tears and phasing as he goes through her because she's so stunned he's alive. And there's just a few moments. I mean, for comic book fans, there are hundreds of those kind of moments, but that just sticks out in my mind. That completely shocked. He's alive. I can't believe it. And it was a good story arc. That first one was good. I think the second one I didn't care for. I think they spent all their time fighting with the Danger Room or something. That's how we got Danger. I can't remember. I can't remember what the second story arc. But that first one was really good. So I'm anxious to tear into it. I wasn't going to get it necessarily, but I saw Robo's review on it from Robo Don't Know, and I fell in love with the Colossus. Kitty, I have all the versions of Kitty, but I also now have all the versions of Colossus. So it sort of made sense to get another one. I wasn't necessarily going to get it. I think, what the hell? Like, let's get another one. This Colossus is shinier than any other previous Colossus. And, I ordered it from Amazon. It came mushed up pretty good, but I ordered it with some other things that were pretty heavy, so it got a little crushed, which is okay because I'm gonna open it. Those are cool. I think those are both from Astonishing X-Men. It's just really cool to have these two. And it's a really good moment. I mean, that was a cover, I think, of one of them. I don't think that moment, I don't know if that moment happened. I can't remember, but you can tell me in the comments if that happened. But as I remember it, it was a cover. Don't know. Anywho, they look awesome in the package. Let's take them out and see what we think of them in person. Okay, now that they're out of the package, let's take a closer look at Kitty Pryde and Colossus, starting with some of Kitty's accessories. First, an alternate portrait where her hair is down and not tied back, and she's smiling in this one. And in the other one, she looks serious. Not necessarily angry, but serious. I left the two fists on her, and the other ones, she has her sort of casting hands, which, I don't know, which are okay. I don't know if Kitty gestures a lot, maybe. And, well, with these hands, she can now. So Colossus comes with two fists and two grasping hands. And I put one of the grasping hands on his arm because I wanted one fist only, and then the other one. These are very slippery. So two grasping hands and two fists. Very shiny. Very slippery. Oh, look, he can do that thing where he's like, I'm threatening you, except he can't because the thumb is in the way and won't let him complete the action. He has a serious look, and then he has this look, which I imagine is his running through Kitty to attack the people attacking her. And of course, Kitty has one last accessory, which is Lockheed. Lockheed is just sort of a simple tail that curls around the neck, and then the rest of this sort of droops below kind of her back to support it. This wing sort of goes through her hair a little bit and sort of stays right behind right behind it. And then the wing sort of helps to keep it steady on the shoulder. So really well designed Lockheed. I know you've got a couple in your collection already. I think Magic comes with the Lockheed also. Oh, is that movable? Oh, I thought that meant the cape or the wing moved. It does not, but that's Lockheed. It's very cool. For Kitty, she has the floating belt, which is cool. The uniform, it's very classic. It's very New Mutants. It's giving New Mutants, as the kids would say. I probably used that wrong. That's fine. Its uniform is Astonishing X-Men. It's a really good likeness. I like the portrait with the ponytail. The ponytail you can pose sort of independent. She could be whipping around or something. That'd be very cool. But Kitty's a very simple figure, but a Kitty Pryde is always welcome in my collection. One of my favorite characters, and it was one of Joss Whedon's favorite characters too, who wrote Astonishing X-Men. He partially based Buffy Summers on Kitty Pryde, or he was inspired to. I can't really remember which it was. Doesn't really matter. So Colossus is what you expect, just giant. But he's got butterfly joints in his arms, which is really cool that they're giving some of the bigger figures a little bit more articulation because they really get in a lot of swings. The silver is just so shiny and so nice. And the belt is molded on. Well, there's a little give to it. So I'm not sure you could take that off or not. But everything else is just really nice. It's not, of course, giant size X-Men #1 Colossus. But man, if they were ever to do another giant size X-Men Colossus, I would love it to have sort of all the shiny parts that this one does. So if this is your first time getting Colossus, congratulations, you probably don't need another one. Most of his uniforms are just red and yellow and some version of that, and with lots of shiny metal showing through. For Kitty, she's had a variety of uniforms, so this might not be your favorite. My favorite is the Shadowcat one that came with the Excalibur set. And of course, Toy Fair had a Marvel Legends Shadowcat figure that was a mail away a long time ago, and I've got that one too somewhere. But all of Kitty Pryde's different uniforms are welcome in the collection. The Astonishing X-Men isn't necessarily one of my favorite X-Men storylines, but I can't remember who they were fighting or who was holding Colossus or whatever. I just remember that moment that she found out he was alive, and it was just, and he runs right through her. It's amazing. Anywho, that is the Kitty Pryde and Colossus 2-pack. I know it's sold out in different places, but I think, hang on, I think that it'll become available again. I don't think it's permanently run out or anything. I was able to get it, and Amazon had some more, so I was able to get it. So, maybe it was never sold out on Amazon. I'm not really sure. Maybe it was sold out somewhere that I looked first, and Amazon had some. So maybe my assumption was it was sold out everywhere, but it wasn't sold out on Amazon. Maybe my assumption with Amazon is always that, even when they sell out, sometimes they get a resupply, and then suddenly it's available for a few days. So I'm not sure. Hopefully you can get a hold of them, but it's a really great 2-pack. It's the size differential is really amazing. It's very much like the comic book. It's very much like the picture on the back of the box, where there's obviously a big size differential. I guess it wasn't on the side of the box. Oh, it was on this very side of the box. But you can see just a big, she only comes up to about his neck in this picture. And here she comes about to his sternum, right around here. So maybe it's a little inaccurate, but Colossus is big depending on who's drawing him. So you'll forgive John Cassidy if he exaggerated or not didn't exaggerate, or he said, you know, it looks silly if she reached his sternum, so let's put her at maybe neck level. But he's tall. Anywho, I don't know why I'm going on about his tallness. So until next time, enjoy your toys.